Hello, third graders, Lafayette Lions. This is Miss Taylor. This week and next week, we are going to explore matter in science. Our big idea: substances interact in water. When substances dissolve in water, a solution is formed. The dissolved substance is still present even though it cannot be seen. So water and three states of matter. Three states of matter are solid, liquid, and gas. Water is found on Earth in all three different states. When it is a liquid, it is called water. It takes the shape of the container it is in, like this water bottle, or this mug, or even a little spray bottle. Or water is found in the environment in bodies of water, like the ocean, puddles, rivers, lakes, even underground. Water vapor is a gas. Sometimes we can't see it, but it is all around us. Thinking back to the water cycle, remembering how when water is heated by the sun, it evaporates. It changes from a liquid to a gas, and then it rises. Water heated on the stove makes steam as it evaporates. So sometimes we can see water as it's turning into a gas, like when we're boiling a tea kettle or boiling a pot of water to make noodles. That steam is the water evaporating or turning into gas. When water is cooled, it may become a solid. It has to cool enough. Water freezes and becomes solid at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. So if you have an ice cube tray and you fill it with water and you put it in the freezer cools it down enough so it turns into a solid form of water or ice. We can also find solid water in the environment, like in icebergs and snow and icicles. So it just depends on the temperature. Important vocabulary. To mix means to combine or put together. If we look at the pictures, we can see how if we combine water, lemon juice, sugar, mix it all together, it becomes lemonade. Yum. To separate means to break apart or divide. So imagine we're making a fruit salad and we cut up mangoes and strawberries. We put in some blueberries and cantaloupe. We could mix them together and combine them, but we could also separate out all the strawberries or separate out all of the mangoes. To dissolve means to melt in or break into tiny pieces that can't be seen. Hot water. Let's go back to this idea of heating water. Substances dissolve faster in hot water than cold water because hot water has more energy than cold water. It's pretty cool. When water is heated, the molecules, which are the tiny building blocks of matter, they gain energy and they begin moving faster. And as molecules move faster, they make more contacts, which cause materials to dissolve faster. Pretty neat. Now, throughout this unit, we are going to be thinking about when we mix substances with water, what mixes with water and what does not. Look at the illustration, look at the photograph. You can see a picture of water and 5 different materials or ingredients. Flour, it's a solid. Salt, rice, coffee grounds, and sugar are also solids. And in order to see what dissolves and what does not dissolve, we would need to pour water into each of the containers and mix them up together to see if they will dissolve. Some liquids also dissolve in water to make a solution, and some liquids do not. Some solids dissolve in water to make a solution, and some do not. Liquids and solids dissolve faster in hot water than cold water if they're able to dissolve. On the next page, you get to explore states of matter with a simulation. You can click on states and you can play around with water. The atoms and molecules, the small building blocks of water. Up here is a temperature. Kelvin is a way that scientists measure temperature. Also Celsius. I'm going to use Celsius. I know that water boils at 100 degrees Celsius and water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. And I can play around at the bottom to cool off my water molecules so they move slowly in the state of a solid. If I want them to be liquid, here they are at 13 degrees Celsius, and a gas where they're starting to evaporate. Look, they've been warmed up. Wow, to 156 degrees Celsius, and look at how the molecules are moving all around so quickly. It's pretty neat to see water in 3 different states of matter at the tiny, tiny pieces of the molecular level, the molecules. Now, if you want to look at phase changes, you can click here in the middle. And again, I'm going to change my temperature to Celsius instead of Kelvins. This is kind of neat. It's kind of like this pressure sort of cooker where I can apply heat or I can cool things down. And again, I'm going to click over here on water, because that's what we're really wondering about, is what happens to water as it is heated or as it is cooled. And there's a neat phase diagram that kind of shows this red dot where the temperature is along this axis and the pressure is here. So see what happens if we make things colder, or, ooh, I'm at negative 237 degrees Celsius. Very cold. Look, we're definitely a solid. I wonder what happens with this pressure over here. I'm not sure how to work that. Maybe you can figure it out. Oh, let's hit the play and pause to move those around. So it's your turn to explore the states of matter and phase changes as we heat or cool our water. So have fun. I hope you have fun exploring matter throughout this week and next week. See you soon, third graders.